had a good summer? It's the R&M.
Yeah, the R and M. So it's time to kick off the new 25-26 season. Brr, brr, brr.
Yep, Premiership is back, and Raj has his crown to defend, having just beaten me last year in our prediction contest. Well done, Raj.
Give me 1 second. At the end of the video, I'm going to get a trophy. So you'll see my dad, and then I'll bring the trophy out for me.
We'll see about that. Anyway, we're going to go straight in. We're going to give you our predictions at the end as to who's going to win and who's going to get relegated from the Premiership this year. But first of all, we're going to start with the predictions. First game up tonight, Friday, is Liverpool, the champions, versus Bournemouth. What do you think, Raj?
So I'm going to go my first prediction back. I'm going to go Liverpool coming off a loss in the Community Shield on penalties to Palace.
Oof.
And I think Bournemouth coming off a 9th place finish, which is good for Bournemouth. But they've lost some good players.
Really have, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think?
So
And Liverpool have signed some amazing players. let's
yeah.
face it.
So I'm going to go Liverpool 2, Bournemouth 1.
Yeah, I think Bournemouth are going to have a tough season because you can't just sell that many great players, like most of your defence and so forth, and get us lucky again in the transfer market. So I think they're going to struggle this season. I'm actually predicting they might be down the bottom there, nearly in the relegation places. But Liverpool, I think, are going to be very competitive again. Little sneak preview. I don't think they're going to be champions again, but I think they're going to beat Bournemouth pretty comfortably, particularly after being stung by not beating Palace last week. I think 3-0 Liverpool. Then next up, Aston Villa
versus Newcastle.
Yeah, and again, two teams that have lost more players than in some ways. I mean, Newcastle, I think Isaac may not stay, and he's certainly not playing, I think, this weekend. And they've not really got someone as good to come in yet. Aston Villa have lost a bunch of players as well. I think they're both going to have difficult seasons, relatively speaking. I think this is going to be a draw, 2-2.
I was going 1-1.
Snowball.
You know, we're both snortleballs today, but who cares?
And then Brighton again versus Fulham. Brighton have sold it as usual. Lots of players, bought some other players that we've never heard of, but we're worth £100 million in about 6 months' time. Fulham, relatively quiet summer, but a solid team. What do you think?
I think Brighton are probably going to win this 1-0 sneak in the last minute.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a sneaky away win for Fulham. 2-1. And then we have one of the teams that have come back.
Sunderland versus West Ham.
Yeah, sleeping giant, Sunderland, and they've actually brought some interesting players in.
Granit Xhaka being one of them.
Yeah, they are one of my tips to go down this season, I'm afraid. What about you?
Well, I have a very strong feeling they get relegated, but you never know.
Yeah, and West Ham, Potter has really got to raise their game this season. He had a sort of okay start.
They've lost
came in
Kudus.
halfway, he kept them up. They've lost Kudus. I actually think Sunderland may get off to a good start this season, and I think a 2-0 home win against West Ham, which, to kick us off. What do you think?
You know, I think Sunderland will give West Ham a run for their money, but I feel like Sunderland are going to lose this one. An away win for West Ham, 2-1.
Then we have Tottenham, off Champions League Tottenham, almost European Super League champions if it hadn't been for that last minute equaliser.
Yeah, from Goncalo Ramos.
Yeah, versus Burnley, who have come up again, and I fear they're going to go straight back down again.
They have Kyle
But let's see
Walker.
if do you think Burnley can get a better start, a better run this year than they did last time they got promoted? Do you think Spurs are going to finish higher than 17th this season with their new manager, Frank?
Yeah.
I personally do. I think Tottenham
are going to do well this season.
Are going to do well this season.
I'm going to go a 3-0 Tottenham win.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Tottenham. I think Burnley might take the lead and make it a nail-biter, but I do think Tottenham are going to be a different team this season. And then
Next
Wolves,
game at the Molineux.
Yeah.
Wolves versus City.
Manchester City. And this is the first test. Have all these changes over the summer. They actually played well at the Club World Cup until they just inexplicably lost. Haaland hopefully back to his best. Slightly different playing style, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
From a little faster, a little less just holding onto the ball. A little
And
more
we have Tijani
aggression.
Reinders, Rayan Cherki, and René Nuri from Wolves.
Yeah, and Wolves obviously another selling club.
Yeah.
You know,
They've lost
they're
Cunha,
good. They're
they've lost
solid.
Nuri.
They're solid. It won't be easy for Man
I
City,
feel like
but
Wolves might be one of my teams that go down.
Yeah, I
Because
think.
they've lost Cunha, they've lost Nuri.
Yeah, and I think they'll be all right, but I think Man City are going to win this in some style. I think 4-1.
I'm going to go 4-0.
Okay.
City.
Yeah,
Not Wolves.
and if it's fair to say, I'm just guessing that Man City might be your tip to be champions this year, or do you think Liverpool has still got too much?
They were my tip to be champions last year.
Yeah, I
Who do
know.
you
Where
think's
did
going to
that
be my
get
tip
you?
to champions?
Okay, and then Chelsea, World Club champions, Chelsea
Blah, blah, blah,
versus
blah.
FA Cup winners and Community Shield winners,
Crystal Palace!
the Mighty Eagles. The Mighty Eagles.
There you go, Miss.
I do think Chelsea are going to have a decent run at the title this season. I also think Palace are going to have a very good season if they can keep Eze. But, you know, Europe might be a distraction. But I think this is going to be
Right now, there's no Europe. So
It's going to be a tight London derby. I actually think a draw.
last time it was 1-1.
Yeah,
We watched that game as well last
did.
year for last season.
Yeah.
It was 1-1, but I think Crystal Palace, if they can draw Liverpool, they can beat Chelsea.
Next up, it's Nottingham Forest versus Brentford. What do you think about that one? Nottingham Forest have sold a lot of players, haven't they? They managed to keep Gibbs, White so
But
far.
they don't have a Langler.
But Brentford, they've lost their manager, they've lost Bremer, Bobby Wisser. I don't know. I feel like Brentford might go down this season. New manager Keith Andrews, not the choice people would have expected, really. An internal promotion. I think he might be out of his depth. I think Forest are not going to have the season they had last year, but I think they'll stay out of relegation trouble eventually. But this could be a lively start to the season. Nottingham Forest, 3-2 Forest.
I'm going to go 2-0 Forest.
Yeah. Then we have a real tester.
Man United
back?
versus Arsenal.
Are Man United back? Can Arsenal get off to a good start? Which, as again, they're my tip to be champions. I do think Arsenal, if they can go and send a nice win at Old Trafford, they will send a signal that they are this year's favourites, maybe second or third favourites. But Man United, this is an important game for the manager. Has he got the players in he wanted? Are they a bit more of a team with a bit more of a plan than they were last year? I think it's going to be a feisty game. I think 2-1 Arsenal.
Well, I think it's at the Theatre of Dreams. And Man United, they've signed Cunha, they've signed Mbeumo, they've signed Šeško. And I feel like that attack will beat Arsenal. So I'm going to go 2-1 Man United. As much as it hurts to say, they're going to have a
City
brilliant
fan.
season.
How can you do it? You're going to give the Reds. Are they going to do well this year?
They're going to do well, yeah.
Europe, Champions League, out of their reach still.
I
No?
think they'll come 5th.
Okay, that's
had to say.
probably a Champions League
That's
place.
probably a Champions League place.
Probably. Okay, and last up, Leeds up promoted the mighty Daniel Farke as the manager versus Everton with Moisey back in charge at the start of the season for the first time in a long time. Grealish, they brought in Grealish from Man City.
They have.
See if they can liven themselves up. I think it's a big game. I'm actually banking on Leeds of the three teams that came up might just stay up this season.
And I think they're going to win 2-1.
And I think they might get off to a winning start against Everton. I think 2-1 is a reasonable bet. So that's our predictions for the first round of the Premiership.
But it's
25-26.
not
Predictions?
over.
It isn't, because we're going to predict who's the champions, who's going to get relegated.
And what about
We've kind of given a clue. We've given a clue.
Okay, so let's start with relegated.
Relegated, I'm going to go Sunderland, Burnley, and I actually think Brentford. I think Brentford are going to be the team that collapses this year and unfortunately goes down after a nice little run of entertaining us in the Premiership.
Well,
You?
I'm going to go, I agree with you, Sunderland, Burnley, but I'm going Wolves.
Yeah, well, they were lucky to get away with it last year. They looked like they were going to go down for a long while, didn't they? And they pulled away.
Yeah.
But it is hard to bet on any of the relegated or the promoted teams staying up, really, isn't it? Because they just have such a bad run of form. Anyway, and champions. Who's your choice for champions? Maybe second and third.
We're going for the Champions League spot, so let's go to 6th for this one.
Well, okay. Who's
Let's
your
go down
champion?
to 6th. So my champion is, of course, you know, City.
Okay.
For second, I'm going Liverpool. For third, I'm going Chelsea. For fourth, I'm going Arsenal. And for fifth, I'm going United. Sixth, Spurs.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going Arsenal because I just think eventually their luck is going to change and they're going to do it. They've been so good for a few years and they've just brought in some extra players. Arsenal. Man City, second. Liverpool, third. Chelsea, fourth. Tottenham, fifth. My sixth place, I don't know. I mean, is it going to be United? Are they going to turn the corner? Or is it going to be a crazy team? I'm kind of tempted by Crystal Palace, but no. I mean, I'm going to default. It's going to be a big sixth season, I think, this year. United in sixth place. So that's our predictions. What's this trophy you're talking about?
Well, I'm about to get it. So
Go on then, go get your trophy.
bye-bye, I'm going to get my trophy.
Okay, so a little bit of spontaneous off-camera action here as Raj, the champion predictor for last season, is returning. Here he comes. Hey, okay, well,
It's for me, not for you. This is the Golden Premier League. Invincible.
Brilliant. Well, that's it for the first episode of the R&M for season 25-26. It's me, Matthew, saying goodbye.
And it's me, Raj, saying goodbye. And the R&M are out. Peace.